Today we're going to check out Project Hail Mary on 4K Blu-ray. I'm not here to talk about how good or bad the movie is. I'm just going to share some of my thoughts on the audio and the video quality. Now let's go over a few tech specs. The movie was shot in 4.5 and 6.5K. It's got a 4K DI, it's rated PG-13, runtime is 156 minutes, and the aspect ratio is 239:1 and 1.76. So this does have the switching IMAX aspect ratios. Actually, most of the movie is going to fill your entire screen, except for the flashback stuff. That's going to be in 239:1. And the audio is in Dolby Atmos. Now, I'm not going to go all into detail about this audio mix because I covered it already in the digital review, but this does have better spatial quality to it since it does have a higher bitrate, meaning there's a bit more depth and air to the soundstage and this overall presentation. It's got a cleaner top end, so it's a little bit more detailed. So while this still doesn't have anything that I would use to be demo material, I did think that the score was bigger sounding and it did sound much larger and more cinematic, especially now that I got this bigger screen. The audio does match up even better with my bigger visual presentation. Now, one thing that I did really like about watching this on 4K Blu-ray, I did like the interactions with Rocky and Rylan inside the tunnel where the top channels were used for some light reverberation or some really light echo, which creates a deeper but still smaller sense of scale that takes place in this narrow tunnel, which is something that I didn't notice on the digital stream. Bass response also bumped up a notch, so it is a little bit deeper and it hits a little bit harder, but nothing that I think is really gonna blow anybody away. Although that scene where they're collecting the samples did have my room shaking, so you possibly could use that particular scene for some demo material. Overall though, soundstage is bigger, it's more refined and has more detail, and then the bass bang's better too, and then the audio or the dialogue was always easy to hear. So I gave the digital stream a 5 because I just wasn't really impressed with it, especially coming from the Dolby Cinema. But for this 4K Blu-ray, I thought this was a pretty nice upgrade. So I'm gonna give this 4K disc a 7.2 for audio. Video quality wise, honestly, I didn't think it was a drastic difference coming from the digital stream. It's still got a heavy layer of grain, so I wasn't expecting a big uptick in fine resolution or fine detail, although the grain does look a bit more controlled and less blotchy. Now for the flashback scenes or the stuff that happens on Earth, those scenes have more finer detail than the stuff that happens on the ship. The color palette is also natural for the most part, with the exception being the exterior shot of Gosling staring at the green and red planet, or is it green and purple? So I wouldn't say that you're going to be wowed by the HDR presentation, but the colors here did look great. It's got some nice specular highlights with a single explosion, and the stuff in space was both rich in color and has got plenty of brightness as well. I also didn't notice anything being crushed in the shadows, so black levels were good. I'm going to go with an 8.8 for video quality. So what are your thoughts on Project Hail Mary on 4K Blu-ray? Do you think it's one of the best movies of the year? And do you think it's going to be in the top 10 for one of the best looking and sounding movies on 4K Blu-ray this year? Leave your comment down below and let me know. Now, if you do want to grab this movie, I will leave some links for it down below in this video's description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you want, you can follow me on social media, or if you want to support the channel, find me on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Shane Lee. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you again in the next one.